Welcome back to Reimagined Frames, where we rediscover anime worth remembering, where most anime centered around space show heroes blasting lasers and saving the universe. But today, we will be talking about an anime which hits different. It's called Planets. Let's dive into it. Planets does something completely different from most anime. It asks a simple question that most sci-fi anime never bother with. Who cleans up the damn mess in space? And somehow, that boring-sounding question turns into one of the most thoughtful and human anime ever made. So Planets takes place in the year 2075, when humanity has already spread into space. There are space stations, lunar colonies, and constant orbital traffic around Earth. But with all that progress comes a serious problem: space debris. Broken satellites, leftover rocket parts, and random metal junk float around Earth's orbit at insane speeds. Even a small screw traveling that fast can punch through a spacecraft like a bullet. That's where the crew of the debris section comes in. Their job? Go out there and collect this dangerous garbage before it destroys ships or kills astronauts. It's basically garbage collection, but in the most dangerous workplace imaginable. And the cruel part? Almost nobody respects them for it. This anime will show you some real truth about space, and you won't be ready for it. The cast is also great. First is Hachimaki as the heart of the story. He's ambitious, stubborn, and obsessed with one dream: owning his own spaceship someday. But he's also frustrated, angry, tired of being stuck in what feels like a dead-end job. Watching him struggle with ambition, pride, and fear of failure feels painfully real. He's not a perfect hero. Sometimes he's arrogant, sometimes he screws up badly, but that's what makes him human as hell. Next is Tanabe, who starts as the idealistic rookie. She believes in things like love, humanity, and compassion, which sounds naive in a harsh working environment like space debris collection. At first, some viewers might think she's overly optimistic, but as the series goes on, her belief in humanity becomes one of the emotional pillars of the story. She challenges the cynical worldview around her. Uo next is Fee, the pilot of the debris crew, and she's an absolute badass, calm, skilled, and tough as nails. She keeps the crew alive in situations where one mistake means instant death. But she also has a hilarious character trait. She's addicted to smoking, which is kind of a big problem when smoking is banned in space stations. Then we have Yuri, the quiet, melancholic member of the team. His wife died in a tragic space accident caused by debris. So every time he goes out to collect space junk, it's not just a job. It's a reminder of the loss that still haunts him. His story is one of the most emotional arcs in the series. Now, this anime tackles realism to a certain extent. This anime doesn't do flashy dogfights every episode. Instead, it shows something much more intense, realistic space survival. One wrong movement in zero gravity can send you drifting into the void. A tiny piece of debris can tear through a spaceship hull. Fuel is limited, oxygen is limited, time is limited. When accidents happen, they feel terrifyingly real. Space isn't a playground here, it's a silent killer. Planets is really about what space exploration means for humanity. On one hand, humanity is reaching incredible technological heights. On the other hand, the same human problems still exist: corporate greed, political manipulation, economic inequality, loneliness, and existential fear. Just because humanity reached space doesn't mean humanity fixed its own bullshit. The anime constantly asks a deep question: why do we go to space in the first place? For progress? For money? For pride? Or because humans simply can't stop pushing forward? So why it's worth watching? Well, in a time where most space anime focus on war, alien invasions, or epic heroics, Planets focuses on ordinary workers trying to survive in an extraordinary environment. It mixes grounded science fiction, workplace drama, philosophical questions about humanity, and somehow it balances all of that with humor, character growth, and emotional storytelling. Final thoughts. This isn't a show about saving the universe. It's about figuring out your place inside it. Even decades later, Planets feels incredibly modern. The space technology is based on real physics. The characters feel like real co-workers instead of exaggerated anime archetypes. and the story tackles themes that are still relevant today. Human ambition, environmental responsibility, and the price of progress. It's smart science fiction without being boring, deep without being pretentious. Planets isn't loud. It doesn't scream for attention like many modern anime. But quietly, episode by episode, it builds one of the most human stories ever told in science fiction. It's about dreams. It's about loss. It's about the strange, stubborn drive humans have to keep moving forward, even when the universe is cold, empty, and unforgiving. And by the time the series ends, you realize something powerful. The most interesting part of space was never the stars. It was always the people trying to reach them. That's it for today. If you watched till the end, you're already one of the real ones. Drop your take in the comments, agree or disagree, I don't care. Just bring heat. Like the video if you felt this. Subscribe if you're tired of safe anime opinions. This is Reimagine Frames, and I'll see you in the next fight.